From Original Crip World, I have 8 Trey. What up, man? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in LA, man, South Central, Western, and I've been back and forth from LA to Texas to Houston.
Okay. So 51, all right. So you were coming up in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, that was our time, the 80s. The 80s was crazy, but I tell people the 90s was crazier, you know what I mean? And
yeah,
that was a time when you couldn't really walk to the corner store by yourself. It was just a hectic time.
Yeah, I think in 93 or 94, we had upwards of 2,500 homicides in 1 year in Los Angeles. And to give people a comparison, in 2021, we had almost 400. So if you guys think shit's crazy now, just imagine, like my man said, walking around back in the 90s, even as a civilian like myself, man, it was just, I remember there was gangs everywhere. Every corner there were just a bunch of gangsters hanging out.
Yeah, you could I tell people back in the days, people walk around and even if you wasn't from a set, people would bang on you just because you had them colors on,
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, man.
That was the time where we had to, we couldn't wear like Raider gear to school. You remember when they were banning Raider gear and big jackets and British Nikes, things like that, because it all had some sort of gang, ties to it.
Yeah, all them logos mean something, for every hood, there's a logo that represents them, Shit, you rocking them starter jackets, them British Knights, shit, even Fila, stuff like that. It was all considered gang related.
Damn, dog. That's crazy. And I tell anybody who visits LA, just if you're a fan of a sports team, just don't bring the hat. Don't wear your hat in there, because every damn sports hat is affiliated with some gang in LA, and you don't want somebody getting the wrong. And then,
you could be rocking the A's hat, and it stands for something in the black community, then it stands for something else in the SA hood, Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you gangbang?
Yeah. I'm from GAXGSTER CRlP.
Okay. How old were you when you first, hit the streets?
Man, I would say I started peeping game when I was around 12, but I didn't really get active till I was probably like 16 or so.
Okay. But
it was everywhere, even if you wasn't from the neighborhood, you was from the neighborhood, because if you grew up in, say, A-Trey hood and you had to go to school somewhere else, you was considered A-Trey because that was where you was from. Same for like 60s. If you was from over there, even though you wasn't an active 60 member or related to somebody, you was from 60s.
So 12 years old. I would love to go back, to that time. What was going on in your life mentally? Did you grow up mom, dad? Like, what was your upbringing like and all that?
Man, well, my father wasn't around, so I had cousins and uncles that was already banging. They was, from the neighborhood, and I used to hang with them, and that's what made me want to get in, really, on the cool. Like, I thought that was the thing to do, because everybody was doing it, even square ass people,
Yeah, and the music that was coming out was making it seem cool. We had movies like Colors and stuff like that. Oh. What do you remember about Colors coming out?
Man, I remember when Colors came out. The line just to get into that theater, it was crazy. That securities, cops everywhere. You had Bloods, you had Crips, you had people everywhere. Something was supposed to go down, But man, that movie right there, it brought it out. It made it stand out because gangbang was already in the news, But when people saw Colors, it was like a whole nother level. It made it look good, It made it look cool.
Romanticized
made people want to be part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember my mom would not let me see it in the theater because of just all the backlash, and you always heard about shootings and things like that. But I got to see it at the first time I ever saw it was on video cassette, and I think it was like a 3-week wait, dog, because everybody wanted to see it when it came out, man. And yeah, I just remember watching it like, damn, that shit's it's just so crazy because it's like I'm looking at a place where I live, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, oh shit, that looks like my neighborhood. I was in East Long Beach at the time, but
Yeah,
yeah, man, it was.
yeah. You know, a lot of those people in that movie was real gang members. You know, there was only a handful of actors in there. You know, so it was like real. You know, because a lot of them weren't acting; they were just being themselves.
Yeah, man, what an interesting time. And then we had what do you remember? Did you grow up listening to like NWA and gangster rap? And what were your first thoughts when you were like, damn,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
talking about shit I'm doing or I'm relating to?
yeah. Like, well, before NWA, we was jamming Schoolie D.
Oh yeah,
I think,
he
yeah, I
was the
think
first
he's
gangster
from,
rap. Yeah, Philly, yeah, right?
yeah,
Philly or New York, one of
yeah,
those.
yeah. I think he's from Philly.
Yeah, yeah,
But yeah, we was jamming him, you know, Parkside Killer and all that. And
yeah.
then, you know, King T. Um, there was just a bunch of little underground, you know, like Toddy T, Mixmaster Spade. All them was before NWA on the cool. It just NWA just came out hard on the mainstream. But I remember, you know, Straight Outta Compton, the song, all that, even Express Yourself, like the videos that were being played. It was, you know, just like you said, the Raider gear, you know, all in black, gold chains. It was like rapping about us, rapping about the streets. Even though they were hood, you know, because they never really threw up a hood, but they was real. Shit, I loved it.
Yeah. What years were you most active out of the street?
Um, I want to say from the mid '80s up to late '90s. After that, you know, kids and cases and stuff like that made people want to chill, you know. But during those times, yeah, I was active in the streets on that, being shot, jumped, all kinds of stuff like that.
How many times have you been shot?
I've been shot one time. I got shot twice that time, and crazy part is it was a youngster that shot me. He was like 15 years old.
Mm.
There was an incident where I had went to jail. Well, the day before, you know, this dude, I knew him from around the neighborhood. He wasn't from the hood, but he was coming down like swinging his car, and I had my daughter with me, and it was my fault too. I didn't have her in the baby seat. I had her sitting with me, and I had to brake real hard, and she kind of fell. And you know, I'm all pissed and shit. And I went to jail that night. I got out the next morning. I found out who it was, and it happened to be that youngster. So I roll up on him, and I slapped him a few times. Well, he left, came back about 2 hours later, and came back and did his thing. I got shot in the arm and on my jawbone. And I was like, man, on the cool, I was like, man, I wasn't even mad at the fool because I was like, that's something I would have done. It was just on some gangster shit. But he got ghost. I don't know whatever happened to that boy.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So you mentioned cases. Have you done jail or prison time?
Yeah, I've done a bunch of county time. As far as prison time, I've done it in Texas. I never hit the system in California. But yeah, I've done some years here in Texas. That's where I'm at now.
Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah.
If you can put a number on it, how many years would you say you've given to the system?
Oh man, including county time,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say at least a good 10 years, bro. Yeah, county time, boot camps, and prison time. Yeah.
Damn. Talk to me about your experience in county. I'm assuming you were banging at the time. What's it like? I've heard horror stories. You know, what's it like entering county as an active gang member?
Man, well, I mean, it really depends on yourself, you know, because as far as being a gang member, people gonna run up on you regardless. You know, like whether it's even your own set, they're gonna, you know, gonna test your heart. You just gotta put in work, gotta hold it down, because you're gonna have to run a fade regardless. With the other hood, sometimes even your own hood, they you know, like I said, they might run up on you just to see if you're really from there, because there's a lot of people that go in and say, "Oh, well, I'm from this hood," but ain't nobody ever heard of you, so you got to kind of prove yourself, you know. But it's crazy, you know, doing doing county time and prison time is two different things. If I don't ever want to go back, but if I had to, I'd rather do prison time because sitting in the county is like just doing 1 month feels like a year. You do a year in prison, it feels like 3 weeks. Just because I don't know why time just flies in the pen.
Safety wise, do you feel safer in prison, or is it because I've heard both. I've asked people what was more dangerous for them, LA County or prison, and a lot of people said county and others said prison.
Yeah, the county, I think the county is more dangerous. You got a bunch of youngsters that want to make a name for themselves. They know they're not going to be on that chain to prison, so they want to put in work in the county, you know. But when you get to the pen, it's a whole different vibe. People just trying to go home. Yeah, you got your lifers and shit that make it hard on people that got numbers. But as far as being comfortable, I think the penitentiary is more comfortable than being in the county.
And you did prison time in Texas, right? You said?
Yeah, I did 3 years here in Texas, and I've never done prison time in California, but I know the politics and stuff because all the big homies and the shit, even the young homies that have been down, and it's a different vibe in these. They call it TDC, Texas Department of Correction, and like I said, I've never done time in the California prisons, but over here, when I first went in there, it was crazy because you got rolling 60s, 8 trays, you got Hoovers, and they're all at the same table. They're all one. That's one thing about Texas, man. They believe in that crip. Like, they don't beef with each other down here. Like you know, like in LA when 60s and trays, they see each other, it's automatic go. Not down here, man. They believe in that crib. Like, they're like, we're all Crips, and that's what it is. You know, they don't have that hatred for like the Cali does, because like they said, they ain't never killed one of my homeboys, even though we're from that set. It's different. Like, first time I seen a 5'9" Hoover and a Rolling 60 eating together, and I was like, what the fuck? And I told a homeboy, and he told me, he's like, nah, we don't do that shit down here, man. We all one. And I was like, damn, that's what's up.
What's the craziest thing you've seen behind bars, whether it be county or prison?
Man, in the pen, we went on lockdown. They have a 6-month lockdown. Every 6 months, it's their way to clean up the whole unit, the prison. They go through everybody's stuff, man. So you're on your bunk, you're on your cell for at least 3 weeks. You shower twice a week, and well, in the unit next to us, these Aryans, they had a black dude. I don't know where he was from, but they raped him and killed him. Damn. Then when I was at this other unit, this MS-13 got into it with 2 18th Street dudes, and he chunked one off the third tier, and he stabbed the other one. 1 against 2, that little MS guy went hard.
I've had people on my show who compare prison to modern day slavery. Would you say it's a fair comparison?
Yeah. But see, like I said, I've never done time in California in the prison system. So down here, all the prisons are run by Nigerians. And yes,
private prison, like privates, or
no, all the prisons
by Nigerians, huh? That's interesting.
Yeah, the down to the guards, down to the warden, the staff, it's all Nigerians. And for example, I had a friend from Southwest, and that's this part of Houston, and he came in one day looking all sad, and I was like, "What's up, Southwest?" He's like, "Man, I'm finna get deported." I said, "What?" He's like, "I'm like, where they deporting you to?" He said, "Africa." And I said, "What the fuck?" So the guards that are Nigerians, they used to tell him, you watered down nigga. He's like, you a watered down nigga. They're like, you stay over there where we from, you never make it. So yeah, they treat you like shit down here, man. They feed you twice a day. There ain't no 3 meals down here. You gotta get up and get that breakfast at 4 in the morning, and dinner is at 6. But there ain't no lunch over here.
Damn, like that?
Yeah, man, it's crazy. Like they had a bunch of sit downs, hunger strikes and stuff, but that shit didn't work, man. They run this shit, man. You gonna do what they say.
Damn. You know what? I was expecting you to say like, you know, the white folks run it, or like the Klan or some shit, not Nigerians. That's interesting.
No, well, I mean, as far as the staffs and stuff, but as far as running the system, the like prison gang wise, they got I don't know if you ever heard of Tango Blast.
Yeah.
They run the system in Texas, bro. There's not a unit you're not gonna go to where they're about at least 300 strong. Tango Blast runs every unit in Texas, and their biggest rival is Crip. They fuck with Bloods. They fuck with Latin Kings. They fuck with everybody but the Crips. That's a ongoing war since the late 90s. And but yeah, them boys they run the shit down here.
Mm. So when you entered, are you like is it on site with them, or do you guys click up for numbers reasons, like because you're all black or whatever the case may be?
As far as like what, the Bloods and Crips?
Yeah, just yeah. Behind prison, are in prison, are you guys like coming together as one, or is it still on site with your enemy?
It depends. Only if it's a racial thing, we'll click up. But as far as Bloods and Crips sitting at the same table, it don't happen. Like you can have domino games, chess games, basketball games, but it always leads to something. So everybody's on that side and they're on that side. And like I said, if it ain't no racial shit, ain't no coming together. Mm. Like with the beef with the Tango Blast, when I was down there, I remember some shit happened, and the Bloods came up, and because down here they got treetops, they got all that, just like in Cali. And they came to Chris, and they were like, you know, shit go down, we're gonna back y'all up because it's us against all them other races and shit. But it like I said, when them other colors, they outnumber the blacks down here, man. That's just a fact.
Gotcha. How much money, if you want to work a legit job, you know, behind bars, how much money are you making per hour?
Like as far as working in the jail, like an inmate?
Inmates, yeah. Like pennies, man, right? Like pennies or something like that?
Yeah, like I had one of my boys, he was a white boy, he was a fly deuce Hoover. He was getting paid like 15 cents to be the barber. And I worked the kitchen. I was getting paid like 7 cents an hour. It ain't shit, man. It ain't shit. You can't even buy a stamp.
How many friends and family would you say you've lost to the gang life, if you could put a number on it?
Man, it's friends and family all together. I'd probably say a good, I'm gonna say like 60. Yeah, I mean, because you know we grew up in that time where you was earning them stripes. You was really trying to get your name made. So it was on site when you seen the enemy. So, and then, you know, like as far as family, I have an older brother. He didn't bang. I got a younger brother. He didn't bang. It's just like the black sheeps of the family, me, my cousins, and a few uncles. But that was it, man. But yeah, man, about 60 or so.
Because you guys have seen, a lot of former gangbangers have seen a lot of stuff that is comparable to, you know, Army vets and people who fought in Afghanistan and Iraq and Vietnam and shit like that. But do you think the average gang member, former gangbanger, suffers from PTSD?
Yeah, see, I was telling somebody that too, man. I was like, you know, because I remember seeing something on TV about kids who didn't grow up gangbanging, but witnessed it, and them having that, you know. And I do
Oh yeah,
believe that that affects us as well, you know, because we were in that war, and these motherfuckers stay shell shocked, you know. But and like the people nowadays, it's like I tell these kids now, like it's easier to be a soldier when there ain't no war, you know, because gang banging what it is now, nothing like it was back then. Yeah, they walking around with big guns, extended clips, but for what? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I tell a lot of people, like, man, nowadays people ain't even getting shot. You got motherfuckers dying from heart attacks, car wrecks, you know, just random ass shit. So why walk around with a big ass pistol? You ain't gonna use it.
man. Let's talk a little bit more about original Crip world. I want to go back. You said you've been collecting pictures for upwards of like 20 years, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, I started fuck with the AOL and shit, but you know that was trying to collect money and stuff, so I left it alone. And then I heard of MySpace, and like I have people in this new account that hit me up, and they're like, "Hey, bro, is this the same Crip World for MySpace?" And I'm like, "Yeah,"
Yeah.
because when we made it in MySpace, man, it became a link, bro. Like from coast to coast, man. Like people were linking for real, like through that page. Like I had I'm still in contact with Raymond Washington's daughter, Ray Ray, and at one point we had this guy claiming to be Tookie's lost son. I mean, he looked like him. He was all tatted up with his portraits and stuff. I think he was in Cincinnati, Connecticut, or something. But he had all these people claiming. He had all these people thinking that was Tookie's son, and he had it was original West Side Gangster Crip. That's the gang he formed, and he had all these people doing crash dummy shit. And I linked up with this fool named Snoop. He was West Side Gangster Crip from Brooklyn, and he's like, "Yeah, man, my big homie is Tookie's son, this and that." And I was like, "Well, let me meet this dude." And I met him, and I was like, "Bro, that's not Tookie's son. He has two sons, but that's not one of them." So I linked up with Ray Ray, which is Raymond Washington's daughter, and there was another person involved in this. I can't remember right now, but we got down to the bottom of it where he wasn't no kinfolk to Tookie, you know, and he hated us for that. But like through that MySpace, through that Crip world, we settled all that. We like it was a link, bro. Like people were hooking up because you know you got people in New York that want to go to California because that's the land, you know, and they had no connections to nobody in the land, but through that account, people started linking up. Man, it was crazy, man.
What made you start collecting these pictures, and how do you do your research behind it? Because these are some
Man.
dope, authentic, original pictures.
Yeah, man, I got a bunch of classics. Like I got some classics that people like, man, I've never seen that, or like, damn, I remember that, but never haven't seen it in 20 years, 30 years. And I don't really know how I started collecting them, man. It's just one day I started saving them, and then I had people submitting them, and I told my boy, because I had a friend of mine helping me run it, and he's like, man, you should save all this, man. This is like, later on, there's going to be some history.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since then, man, I just been saving them, and throughout the years, people send them to me. And I have people that have been fucking with me since the MySpace days that still fuck with me to this day, and they're like, hey, bro, you know, I got this, I got that. And I'll look into the pictures, and I'll try to reach out and try to find the people in the pictures, because if they're big hitters, you know, they're easy to find. And but my little book that I got, well, now it's on a laptop. Back then, the shit was written down, but I got all the little info with their kind of like that, like a encyclopedia to the Crip world, you know. I would like to make a book one day, you know, with all this shit, like a little story behind each picture.
Oh man,
that'd be dope, man. That's why I've been collecting all these for the longest, bro. I got so many pictures, man. It's crazy.
Mm. Have you ever thought about doing a YouTube channel based around that?
I had one, but it got deleted, just like the Instagram. Like, it got deleted like what, maybe a month ago,
Mm.
and then because I started that Crip World on Instagram probably 2013, and it was
Why is it
going.
getting deleted?
I don't know, man. I just recently seen a post where they labeled the Crips and Bloods as terrorists. I don't know if you've seen that floating around,
Yeah, that's
and
true.
that any mentioning of Crips and Bloods will be banned from Instagram and Facebook.
Damn, how long before
But
they come for YouTube, man?
but in like 2013, I started the Instagram. Then it was up for about a year. It got taken down, and I took like a 6 year break, bro. And I finally made it, the recent one, because I even had people hit me up like, "Hey, is this the original one?" I said, "Yeah." And they're like, "Bro, I haven't heard from you like in 6 years," and I didn't realize it was that long. But I don't. I feel like making another one on Instagram, but not naming it that because I think that's how it gets targeted, you know. But I probably have to make it private because I always kept it public. Facebook is more like lenient. That's why that shit's still up.
Damn, that sucks, man. But yeah, just keep collecting that history, dude. That's definitely some history. Maybe even do a podcast about it. I don't know, man. Something, dude. Something.
Yeah, I thought about doing a podcast, man. I thought about trying to do something with them pictures, man, because that's history, man. I'm like I tell you, man. I got pictures of OGs that don't even remember taking those pictures, and they're like, "Damn, that's fucking dope."
Came across a couple of quotes on your Facebook page, and I would love to get your explanation behind it. Some good stuff here. You put a quote up that says, "Don't call yourself the big homie if you're leading the little bros to jail or the grave." Can you
Yeah,
explain that quote?
yeah, like you know, like we all come up as little homies. We all got big homies. Some are fucked up, some are righteous, you know. But if you go down, you do time, and if you got love for this youngster, you don't want to see him walking that path you just took. You know, you've been to prison, you went away, you missed out some years. If you got love for the little homie, you don't want that for them, man. Like I used to be the type of dude that would hand you a gun, like ride with me, not to be my crash dummy, but ride with me. Let's go do some shit. Now I'm the type of dude that be like, "You need a job?" Like I'm blessed with a good job right now. It's more like a career, and I say blessed, and that's what I mean by that, man. Like if you're really a big homie, like you don't lead your little homie to crash, man. You gotta look out for them people because these people are looking up to you like you some kind of god, you know. They want to be like you. They want to act like you. So if you got these people looking at you, man, lead them the right way.
What are some of the responsibilities of a big homie, in your opinion? If you know what I mean?
Well, to me, it's kind of different depending on your state of mind. You know, like as far as me, I'm not active anymore. So if I was an active big homie, I'd be like, "Hey, we got to ride on this. Hey, we got to take care of that. We got to push this." But I'm not active. I'm living a good life, and I try to get my homies a job, like where I work. Try
That's
to
what's
show
up.
them something.
That's what's up right
Cause
there.
the like I'm blessed with a good job right now, and I have a bunch of little homies that be like, "Hey man, give me a job, this and that." And I know some are good, some are bad. Some just don't have work ethics in them, you know, because they weren't taught that. But I still give them a chance.
When you were back in the late '80s, early '90s, mid '90s, did you ever think you would be where you are right now?
No, man. Like I never had a job. If I needed shoes, I sold dope. If I needed something, I would go sell dope. I never ever thought that I would have a. I've had little jobs, but never in my life did I think I'd be like I am right now. Like I'm at a company. We do fiber optics, and I went in as a warehouse guy. I probably did that 4 months. They gave me opportunity. I'm a supervisor now, where we provide internet service for a good chunk of Texas and Louisiana. And I never thought I'd have a job like this, bro. It's some blue collar stuff, you know. I don't do no labor. It's all paper, maps, and stuff. But I never thought I'd be legit, to be honest. I didn't get my license till I was 30.
Wow.
Put it like that.
Yeah, that says a lot right there. Yeah. Yeah. What what changed in your head, you know, or in your life to make you say, you know what, this gangbanging shit is for the birds?
Shit, doing time, man. Being away from my kids, you know, like being away from my kids, just missing out. I used to see people on the same tier I was on, like, oh man, this homeboy's mom passed away. He didn't get to say goodbye, or somebody's kid, this and that, you know, just missing out on stuff like that, man, made me realize, like, this ain't what's up. And it wasn't the actual time, because, like, I tell people, doing time, if you're a strong motherfucker, you can do time, because weak people can do time. It's just how you handle it, man, like the shit you're missing out on, because, like I said, it was only 3 years, and it wasn't shit. It wasn't shit, but the shit I missed out on, you know? That's what made me like, man, nigga, snap out of this shit, bro. Like, shit getting old.
Man, well, I'm glad you're here to tell your story, man, and I definitely appreciate it, and I appreciate you know, you coming on my show and all that. Now's the chance for you to tell everybody where they can find you. The floor is yours, man.
Yeah, man. Y'all fuck with me, man. I'm on this. No, I'm not on Instagram. They took it down, but I will be back on there. I got the Crip World. I got the public page, and there's a private group. The link is on there. Just go to your search bar, put Crip World or Original Crip World, and it'll pop up. It'll be there. All the big homies are on there, believe it or not. It's crazy.
A lot of OGs fuck with that page.
Yeah, they're on there, man. They're on there, man. And you got a lot of people from different states trying to link up. You'll see it on there, man. People like, hey, holla at me, man. And it's there, man. We can use it for good, or we can use it for bad, you know. But I'm just trying to use it for good, man. Spread the gospel. I appreciate you having me. I almost didn't make this interview, bro. I had an accident on New Year's, man. I totaled my truck, and my front tire went out, and it shot me into this damn deep ass woods. The airbags knocked me out. I was unconscious for 3 hours. The troopers couldn't find me. The accident was around 10:40. They didn't find me till like 2:40 in the morning. Damn, yeah, man, it was bad.
I'm glad you're here, man. Are you physically wise? Are you okay right now?
Yeah, I'm good. I walked away, man. I walked away, but I think we had booked this in December, huh?
Yeah.
And then that happened New Year's night, and so we're here.
Damn, dog. Somebody's watching over you, man. I'm glad to hear that. Damn, that you're okay, man. Ugh, that's scary shit. You were out for 3 hours?
Yeah, bro. And the area I was coming from is nothing but woods. So it shot me deep into the woods. That's why the police couldn't find me. They said they had rolled by like 3 times looking for me, because they had my truck had a detector or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they had a notification, but they couldn't find me because I was so deep in the woods.
Damn, dude.
But it's all good, man. I had a 2015 GMC, but now I got a 2020. So it's all good.
Mr. Brightside, I like how you wrapped that up, man. Well, dog, stay safe in this crazy ass world, man, and I'll be in touch with you. All right.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you having me on here, man.
I appreciate you. Take care.
All right. Stay blessed.